your motorsport and motoring radio show. Now on 88.5 FM, The Valley Comes Alive. And podcasting across iTunes and talkandpower.com.au.
Welcome back to Talk and Power podcast episode 239. I am your host, Michelle Morrison, and joining me as always is my co-hosts Nick DeCimbre and Simon Gonzo Travellini. How are we, boys?
Going well. Self?
Doing well. We've had a extended break between our last episode.
My fault.
Look, life gets busy.
Ifyo.
Eofi. End of financial year for anyone who's getting a bit confused over that.
Yeah.
But life's been busy. Tell us what's been happening.
Oh, no, that's about it, really, for me. I just was busy with work commitments. So, yeah, no, I wasn't able to commit much time to the podcast. But it's all done now. We've post June 30, so I'm all good.
Back on track.
Well. Yeah.
How about you, Simon?
Just busy with the kids' football and physiotherapy. I can nearly reach the chute lever.
You're without your sling today.
Oh, yeah.
I've
been out for a few weeks, physio 3 times a week. But, see, I can do this. I can't do that.
Yeah, no backup duties for you then.
No backup duties.
But just working on that strength to be able to wrangle the funny car.
Well, yeah, I've got to be able to, get in and out of it. Anyway, we'll see. He seems to be more confident than I am that I'm going to get full range back.
Yeah, well, give it time.
So I've got 2 kids waiting to drive the cars anyway. They'll be fine.
That's good news. How about
Meanwhile,
yourself,
you're a pretty good defence for when they're kicking the footy anyway now.
I've
Just a bit of smother.
I've been banned. I'm not allowed to cheer anymore. We got an official complaint from the West Australian Football Commission.
How am I not surprised, Simon?
So they've made me runner now.
That makes sense.
I still get to yell at the kids.
How about yourself, Michelle? What have you been? It's school holidays now. So
School holidays.
Is that good, bad, or indifferent?
Just clicked in for the first day today. It is, I'm doing things a little bit differently this time. Last school holidays, I didn't have any time off work. The girls were being handballed from one place to another, and look, they were having the best time, but they were quite tired and emotions were high and just all worn out. So working from home a couple of days this time round,
nice.
just to have a couple of downtime days for the girls to relax. You know, we're quite fortunate. We've got a beautiful backyard and lots of things for them to do and keep themselves occupied at home, but just going at a bit of a slower pace. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Day 1 down.
Oh, good stuff.
Apart from that, last weekend I took the girls to work with me at Motormore Wanneroo Raceway, and we had round 3 of the WA Sporting Car Club Championships on, and that was really cool to have them there with me. You know, they just are in total comfort when they're at a racetrack, and and very quickly getting comfortable with all the drivers and just making themselves at home there. And so, yeah, that was really nice. Trent he had been in Bali for a week. So I think every time I went over east for NDRC, he was just tallying up how many days he could go away to have a boys trip in Bali. So yeah, he's had a bit of R&R, but all back now and starting to. We actually had a really quiet weekend, this one just gone, and it felt really odd. I kept double checking my calendar to make sure that I hadn't forgot anything.
Yeah,
but
missed out on something.
Yeah, I think it might actually have been the first weekend. Has it been 4 weeks since the winters yet? But you know, I've been travelling every 4 weeks, and it just seems like I've been home for a little bit too long this time around, and things are feeling a bit off, a bit different.
He'd be up and about, Trent, wouldn't he? Like Melbourne seems to be on a bit of a roll as well at the moment. He must be happy. They dismantled Hawthorn on the weekend.
I think yes. Actually, he did come in saying that about them. And Hawthorn were third on the ladder or something. So, yeah, he was pretty chuffed about that. But no, Melbourne, you know, I think they had a pretty bad start to the season that he hadn't really spoke of doing any. They usually go over east, over to Melbourne for a footy trip throughout the season. But
if you look at Melbourne on paper at the start of the year, so Petrarca left. They sacked Simon Goodwin. Yep. Goodwin.
Goodwin.
Clayton Oliver left. And then they had this falling out with the CEO as well. His name escapes me. Italian guy. Can't remember his surname. Anyway, the CEO, they had a falling out with the CEO as well. The CEO left. So they had 4 pretty major things happening at the end of last year and the start of this year. And who would have thought they'd be in this position now? They've really turned it around. They've done well. Good on them.
It always seems
Guerra. Sorry to interrupt. Paul Guerra.
Yeah.
Paul Wall.
They always seem to have a big shake-up once they lose a coach. And it's always a bit of a shame that they don't get into line before it gets to that point.
Yeah.
But
Collingwood
Collingwood
seems to improve when they lose a coach.
Yeah, well, they all do.
No, well, Carlton sacked Vossi there, Michael Voss, and now they've won 8 in a row with Josh Francis.
Doesn't look good for Vossi, does it?
No, it
No,
doesn't
that's
look
the thing.
well
It doesn't
at all.
look good for any of them. And I've seen Melbourne do it a couple of times. So
Yeah.
but no, he's not. He hasn't spoke of any footy trips. Still time to come. But he is a bit.
Trent. He's on, mate.
Look,
GF.
Look, he'd want to go to watch regardless of whether his team was in it or not. One of his good mates go for Freo, and so I think they've got more
Boys
potential.
trip.
But it's on the same weekend as the East Coast Nationals, and as my car sits homed in Sydney at the moment,
It'll be an interesting time.
that won't be an option for him. Look, he can choose, but I know what he'll pick. I know what he'll pick. No.
So is that correct? The East Coast Nationals are on the same weekend as the grand final.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well played.
I feel like it has been before.
Correct me if I'm
wasn't
wrong.
surprised
but
by it.
Isn't that the same weekend? Correct me if I'm wrong, our listeners will as well. But wouldn't that be the same weekend as the NRL grand final then?
I don't know.
Aren't
I
they
don't
a
follow
week
the
apart?
NRL.
Oh, they could be, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just asking.
thought they did it a week apart.
It's
I'm not.
it's like our long weekend, but I don't think it's their long weekend.
Okay, right. Yeah,
Like
so it's not the
I
same
think
weekend then.
I think their weekends later, but then I feel like they've got a public holiday for it. Anyway,
New
I'm not
South
sure
Wales. Yeah.
because it's our Queen's birthday, but it's not theirs, right?
No, it's not. So in WA we have the long weekend, and Victoria has the long weekend on the Friday. So they have the AFL Grand Final parade is a public holiday now.
Yeah.
Gazetted public holiday in Victoria, and we have the holiday on the Monday.
Yeah.
So we're kind of aligned there, I guess. I thought you're probably right. The NRL Grand Final is a week after.
I think it is.
So it doesn't coincide with the East Coast Nationals then, because that wouldn't make sense. I can understand why it clashes with the AFL Grand Final, 2 kind of different demographics, but NRL I would have thought is a very similar demographic to.
It's funny because in Melbourne, we always think of Victoria as the home of AFL because there used to be VFL. That's the Eagles' first year or first 2 years was...
Yeah, from 87 right through till 1990. It didn't come AFL till 1990,
but a lot of people there don't follow it. They follow rugby.
Oh, Storm's very big in Victoria, Melbourne.
Seems weird. Anyway.
Well.
All right.
Well, let's get into the news then. Ferrari delivered a stunning result on British soil with Charles Leclerc taking victory in a dramatic British Grand Prix ahead of George Russell and Lewis Hamilton. Charles Leclerc claimed his first win of the 2026 Formula One season, converting Ferrari's strong pace into a memorable victory at Silverstone. The Ferrari driver seized the lead at the start and controlled much of the race before a late safety car ultimately secured the result. Chase Briscoe returned to victory lane, winning the NASCAR Cup Series Euro 400 at Chicagoland Speedway after holding off teammate Christopher Bell by just 0.276 seconds. It was Briscoe's first win of the 2026 season and secured his spot in the playoffs. Austin Hill's race ended after a contact with Shane Van Gisbergen, prompting criticism from Charles Childless.
Just on that...
Richard Childless, sorry.
Have you heard about this pedal box rule they're talking about bringing in?
Yeah.
So for our listeners that don't know about this, apparently Shane Van Gisbergen still heel and toes.
Correct, yeah.
Which you don't need to do with the sequential box, but the I think they call it trail braking or something. Apparently helps the car turn.
Yeah.
And the other NASCAR drivers can't do it. So they're talking about bringing this rule in to make the pedal box so you can't do it.
What?
I know, it's just the young ones that are coming through are
Yeah.
learning it. So the ones that are like, really young in their first couple of seasons, they're focusing on learning it. But the ones that are established can't do it. They used to do it. They used to do it like when they had H pattern transmissions, but they've all forgotten how to do it. And they think that's why he's so dominant on the road courses.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in there.
So, I mean, like that you can't, right? It's your
I don't write
strategy,
the
it's your
rules.
technique. Like, you've all got the same car.
That is 100% true. They have all got the same car.
This isn't a parody. Like, this is Driver.
His dominance on street circuits and like even at Sonoma, his dominance is now becoming a real thorn in the side for a lot of other
Is it
teams.
6 out of 7 that he's won?
Yeah,
6 out of 7.
And he didn't win in San Diego at the naval base because he got dumped.
He got crashed
that
out.
that was
Yeah, but
How many
he would have.
others?
Yeah, he would have won there as well.
Far
But
out.
yeah, his dominance is now a major problem for NASCAR.
well,
Anyway,
Well, so there was a rumor I saw in a video clip. Sorry to
no, that's great.
that Brody and 2 other drivers were going to go over. Now, I spoke to Brody before the round at Motor Mall at Wanneroo.
Yep.
And he wasn't keen on doing it, but, I guess if there's a big enough check.
well, he's previously raced for Richard Childress.
Yeah. That's what I said it to him. I said, "Are you going to follow in suit and go and do it?" And he just wasn't really that keen on going back over there. I think that it's a lot like Victoria, very high crime rate.
Yeah.
Lots of homeless people.
The Richard Childress scenario at the moment, like I mean, since they've lost Kyle Busch as well, probably not one of the strongest. It used to be a superpower.
Yeah.
Richard Childress Racing.
But he did his training through Penske as well, the Penske Cup.
Yeah.
He would know a lot of these guys that are currently racing.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But just interesting to see whether they do that for start recruiting more and more supercar drivers.
Yeah.
Because of their driving style. So
How many of the races are straight circuit races?
Still about 6 or 7 in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
look, the
see.
big ovals are what we traditionally, know NASCAR to be, but I think they're heading more in that direction to try and get a bigger audience.
yeah.
Because there are a lot of people that watch IMSA and watch
Trans Am.
Yeah, there's another one like Circuit Racing Series they have over there, SCCA or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I think they're trying to get those sorts of audiences. I mean, they've taken NASCARs to Le Mans, haven't they?
Yeah.
They had their own
It was a variant of
a NASCAR.
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
Well, it's also the money that they can get from local, but from governments as well.
If you do a street
races, it's a lot of income.
Look at Adelaide.
Yeah.
Or look at
Yeah.
Perth. Anyway,
No, no, that's not. Let's not look
Do
at.
you want to? We will see.
not look
We
at-
will see.
Did you guys hear about the report? Apparently, there's this really damning ecological and some other report that they buried because they didn't want anyone to, talk about it.
Perth?
Yeah, where they're building the track at Burswood there.
You're not saying in response to the Motorsport Economic Impact Survey, are you?
No.
'Cause I
This
haven't
is
seen
a.
any of
This is
that.
a. I think Basil brought it up in Parliament.
you did, yeah.
He did, didn't he? Yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's still going ahead.
Oh,
Doesn't matter.
okay. Go look for it if you want to see it. So Austin Hill, his race ended after contact with Shane Van Gisbergen, prompting criticism from Richard Childress. The incident became one of major talking points from the race weekend. MotoGP VR46 racing team has reportedly extended its factory-supported partnership with Ducati, strengthening its long-term position within the MotoGP paddock. Lamborghini has unveiled the 801 horsepower Urus SE Performante, making it the most powerful and fastest Urus produced to date.
Is the Urus like a SUV?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's. I never heard of a Urus.
Yeah, Eurus. There's a
Yeah.
few of them around.
Yeah, I know. I do see them from time to time.
Perth Motorplex have officially released its 2026-2027 Super Speedway calendar, featuring 15 motor speedway. Oh goodness, sorry boys. Featuring 15 major speedway events across the summer season. The headline attraction is the High Limit International from the 28th until the 30th of December, with a reported $120,000 to win feature as part of the USA versus WA Sprint Car Speed Week. One of WA Drag Racing's most iconic events is back, with the Golden States set to feature in the 2026-2027 Perth Motorplex Drag Racing season following completion of the new drag strip. We've also had news from the Perth Motorplex of Powerpalooza, which is being held on the 24th of October, and that's said to be featuring drag racing speedway burnouts also. And then the Golden States, as mentioned, for November the 20th until the 21st. And we've also had a release of the dates for the Western Nationals, sitting on its usual last weekend of February, being the 27th and the 28th. 2027.
The long weekend.
Long weekend. So that's pretty exciting to see some drag racing dates come back up into the calendar.
Sure is. Can't wait.
Feeling like I've got to get back into action and make the plans for the car to return home.
Yeah, you got to get it back.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick turnaround. So we'll see. You know, usually that Powerpalooza event, it's not a points round
quick
for
turnaround
us.
for you. If you're
Yeah.
doing the East Coast Nationals and then getting that back, that's like 2
Yeah.
weeks.
How many laps have you got on the motor?
Oh, it was all refresh what we needed to do before it went to Sydney. So I've only done 2.5 events. Half because it got cancelled, but I mean,
So
half
what,
I
like
didn't make it till the
6
end.
or 10 runs, or
Gosh, you're making me do my maths.
how
Maybe
many-
maybe 15.
15? How many do you do between full freshen ups?
Oh, it depends on what needs to be done, but we checked everything and bought
Is that-
parts to actually do things that then we looked and went, oh no, that doesn't really need doing just yet. So we've got everything there. But yeah, everything that needed to be done was done.
So
before I went to
it
Sydney.
won't see a major until the end
No.
of
Yeah. No. We won't need to. No, it was all done
Yeah, I remember you just did it like before it went over there.
Yeah.
before we went over. Yeah. It was due then, but then bought some extra bits and pieces, and then once actually pulling it out and having a closer look, we're like, no, that's good.
Yeah,
We
it's good.
keep it tame. You know, it's a big engine, but go light on her, so she behaves, does well, does good by me. But yeah, it is a quick turnaround. I was kind of contemplating doing Adelaide on the way home, but that's going to make it even finer.
tighter,
And
yeah.
and you know what does need doing? My paint. My pink has faded.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
really?
It's faded a lot. Yeah, so my paint needs freshen up. With saying that,
Some of those really iridescent colours, they do fade.
it's a fluoro. It's a
Yeah,
fluoro base,
yeah.
you know, and that's just it's common knowledge in the paint world, let's say. It's hard to make a really vibrant pink
without it being
without
fluoro.
it.
Yeah.
So you know, I think
And you won't wrap it, will you?
well, I was advised not to because there's nowhere to tuck it. You know, to really tuck
to
it
roll
in.
around the edge.
Now, if you were to wrap and stick, not relying on the tuck, and then do like an overspray, I'm not sure how that would work. I wonder how Rhett did his. Remember Rhett's altered and it actually looked like his legs? It looked like there was a...
Oh, Rhett Cooper Fowl?
Yeah, it looked like there was a hole broken
Yeah.
in the side. But I don't know whether it's just that piece that was like a sticker and then
I
painted.
think-
I felt like he had more detail over it.
I think if you wrap it every season, then, you know, like, because the funny cars have got the same thing, but they probably wrap them every couple of meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
these funny cars get wrapped like regularly.
Yeah, because they change sponsors like from meeting to meeting over there. So, yeah,
Yeah.
probably, you know, if you keep doing it, but I don't know.
I feel like I've got a couple of years worth of paint layered on top of each other as well, carrying
I'm
a bit of extra
surprised
weight.
it's faded so quickly.
Yeah, that fluoro stuff does.
I'm surprised as well for actually how little it is on track, because it's
Yeah, it's in the sun.
it's under the pit tent when we're in the pits, so it's protected there. I actually asked a question at a paint shop, and I've done it with you guys before, where I've been like, I'm not sure if this is a really stupid question, but I'm just gonna ask it. It's like I need to just warn them that I know that it could potentially be a stupid question. But I said, like, can it fade? Can the paint fade from being under the LED lights at home in my garage? And the guy at the paint shop said yes. So
Really? The
yeah,
LEDs?
Yeah. So I was like, okay.
There you go.
They said, you can put UV protectors on there as well.
UV stabilizer, yeah.
But but he was like, yeah, that can, because I felt like it had been more regularly under the light.
Well, that's
in the
probably
garage.
more of an explanation then as to why it's faded so quickly.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I thought it's more likely been under the light in the garage than it has been actually on the track.
With
longer
the
periods.
carbon stuff that we do, you can't buy a really good UV stabilized clear gel coat. So we use just a normal gel coat.
Have you tried nail polish?
Tried what?
like
Nail polish.
the gel that they use for nail polish, and it sets with the UV.
What we do is we lay it up with just a normal clear gel coat,
Yeah.
and then we sand it and spray it with 2-pack clear. And that's how we get the depth, the really good looking carbon finish.
Sorry, you've got to activate it with UV?
No, so we do the carbon the way you normally would with a catalyst in,
Yeah.
But,
No, I thought your gel coat was a UV activated gel.
No. It's
Right, that
just a
then
normal.
goes,
But you can't buy a
toughens.
really good UV stable gel coat anymore. No one makes it anymore. I don't know whether there were carcinogens in it or what. So, if you just leave it like that, it'll go white. The carbon fibre will go white.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's not UV stable. So you have to spray it with 2-pack clear.
Yeah.
And the 2-pack clear gives it the stability.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Gosh, well, that would change up the look for sure. Think of Mario O'Connor's car if that was the case.
I would imagine that his is 2-pack cleared as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just sorry to interrupt. Survey for those that are listening
Yes.
at home. Join in and do the survey. We've had heaps of responses so far.
It's fabulous
But,
to hear.
yeah, make sure you go to our website or go to our Facebook page. There's links to our survey there. So we're going to not necessarily change things up, but we're just
We just
taking
want your
some-
input.
Yeah. So head there. Thank you. Sorry.
No, that's good. I appreciate it. We would love to hear what you think of the show, what you like listening to, and where you can see what you want to hear more of.
Definitely.
All right, Simon, we have a heap of NHRA to get into.
Yes. I reduced it as much as possible.
Well, we have had 2 NHRA events and the finals from the previous events since our last episode. So let's start off with the New England finals that were held at the Supergroup NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals on June 12th until June 14th, which was held at Bristol Dragway during qualifying.
This was a big deal because Bristol has a new racing surface and the teams were going to have to learn fast as they were not allowed to test before the event. So they had one test run in Q1 before the finals in Q2.
Leah Pruitt faced off against Sean Langdon in a great drag race. Langdon left first with a 0.62 light to Pruitt's 0.73, nearly dead even to the 60 foot, but Leah's car was making a move by half track and held on for the win. 3.794 to Langdon's 3.85 with a 2.
In funny car, Jordan Vandergriff faced off against teammate Fast Jack Beckman for an all-force family final. Beckman was out of the gate first with a 0.66 to Vandergriff's 0.83, but Vandergriff's car slowed to a 6.291 after hazing the tyres before half-track, allowing Beckman's conservative 4.017 to get the win.
In Pro Stock, 00 Dallas Glenn lived up to his name, upholding a 002 light on teammate Matt Hartford and did not look back, running a 6.543 to Hartford's 6.55, making this Glenn's third 75th anniversary Wally.
Once the Dustin finals were run for the New England Nationals, the Thunder Valley Nationals qualifying order looked like this. Leah Pruitt in number 1 spot for Top Fuel. Matt Hagan taking top spot for Funny Car. Who else but Greg Anderson, number 1 in Pro Stock, and Gage Herrera making good use of the 5-pound weight reduction, taking top spot in Pro Stock bike. Before we go any further, what do you guys think about this 5 pounds off the Suzukis?
I didn't know anything about it, to be honest.
Yeah, they had been whinging, and I've been saying the whole time they're sandbagging and they're doing this to get the 5 pounds. Since they've had that 5 pound, they have dominated, like not just won, but been in the finals with both the bikes. It was a bad call by the NHRA. Bad call.
Yeah,
call.
right. Yeah.
Bad call.
I mean, surely they can see it too then.
Yeah, but see, it's a catch-22, right? Vance and Hines puts a lot of money into the NHRA. Like, when I say a lot, he's written $1 million checks. Okay, so they're a good thing for the NHRA, and they're a good thing for the sport. And they're a massive company. I get it, but, what are we there to race, or are we there? I mean, I know we're there as an advertising thing, but I don't know. This is the problem when you've got 2 totally different combinations in a class. Where you're always going to have this parity. But look, they played their hand very, very well because, you saw the V-Twins starting to pick it up across not just Matt Smith Racing, but a couple other teams getting it together, maybe finding a little bit in the cylinder head, finding a little bit here and there. But yeah,
because it hasn't really held them back when you look at the championship points over the last few seasons.
No, definitely the Suzukis or the V-Twins. The Suzukis, have owned it for a while now. It's just a hard deal when you've got, this is why there's more and more people saying that we need to go back to the old model where they were actually based on motorbikes that you could buy. And look, we've seen this across every type of sport that started off. Like, think about the V8 supercars, right? From the old Group C days, or even before that, Pro Stock, right? I mean, there's 69 Pro Stock. They were hotted up street cars. That's what they were. And look at where they are now. They're and
next year they're going back to the scoop.
Thank God. Thank God. Anyway, sorry.
Did you see Jason Collins in Pro Mod? He hit the starting line during the burnout in round 2, and then he went on to win the event. The steering wheel detached during the burnout, causing the car to veer into the starting line signage. The officials felt there was no rule infraction, and Jason made it count, going rounds and taking the win.
It was pretty funny, eh? The guy that he beat on that round didn't look too happy at the finish line.
I was really surprised by that because, like it is crossing the centre line. It's hitting the centre line. It's hitting the wall, right? Like
it just hit that sign, really.
I think with the first or worse rule that they have of if you leave the start line, you red light, okay, wind goes across to your opposition, they then cross the centre line and the wind goes back to you. And it's because crossing the centre line is
worse.
A safety infringement, which makes it worse than a red light. So no safety infringement here then?
I think if we break it down, I watched this a few times. I did watch this actual around it. He didn't cross the centre line.
No, he didn't. He
crashed into the sign.
You know where you've got the tree, you got the island.
Yeah.
So he kind of.
Yeah, but it's still the centre.
It
might have been
before
the Christmas tree.
It was before the Christmas
tree.
tree.
But that would have been if those weren't there.
To everyone out there, my take from this: before you do the burnout, grab your steering wheel, pull it and push it, and make sure it's locked in. Right? That's I mean, I've done it religiously. It doesn't matter whether it's my car, someone else's. I want to make sure that thing is attached.
Yeah.
Right? Please do that, because we've seen too many people lose the steering wheel in the burnout on the launch. I mean, it should not happen.
No.
It's a very avoidable thing. Anyway, Where were we up to? Another big talking point from the event was Tony Stewart's .244 sundial measured light of E3. I didn't catch what happened, and as you know, it's hard to find negative footage when big names are involved, but apparently something happened between the cameraman and Tony, to which Tony later apologised.
Oh.
So I don't know what happened. I don't know whether he just caught him, like went to get a reaction and, got, I don't know, told to piss off or something. But
afterwards.
Yeah, it was
In
at the
the deep
finish
end.
line. It was at
Yeah.
the deep end. But
And he wasn't happy.
that for him, especially being as professional as he is, every type of motorsport, crazy that would happen. But it just shows you even the best can.
Oh no!
And he would've-
Tony Stewart is renowned for his temper.
No.
But
The
in drag
244
racing,
light,
in drag racing, he has been like
a gentleman.
the purest gentleman. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, until now.
No. I meant the 244 light.
Oh, okay.
Because you can blink and it's a 244.
And
you know what I
my
mean?
mind goes to for the NHRA, they're doing the whole not giving them their run time slip until they've got them in front of camera. And
Yeah,
so
but Michelle,
he
it's
would have known.
244
right?
light.
He would have
The other
known.
cars at
But
half
it's like,
track.
how bad? But it's I wonder he has been so picture perfect in his mannerisms and holding his temper. You understand?
244 is probably like 30 foot out, eh?
Yeah, it
At
is.
that point, yeah.
It's like opposition's like 30 foot out.
Yeah, you'd be pretty angry at yourself.
244 is leaving on the next pairings light.
Look, and like when it gets to that, what can you say? I don't know if I'd want to speak to anyone after that either.
Anyway.
Oh, dear. In the finals, Sean Langdon faced off against Antron Brown in a great drag race. There was nothing left in it on the start line. By 330 foot, Antron was edging in front. By the stripe, Antron was 8 feet in front, and about 2 metres is a great side-by-side race. 380 with a 1 to 378 with an 8. Antron taking his first win of the season and gets one of those 75th anniversary Wallies to take home.
In funny car, top qualifier Matt Hagan took on Daniel Wilkerson. 100th separated them on the start line, Hagan's advantage, but by 3:30 it was all over for Wilkerson, with Hagan streaming away with a 4.125 over Wilkerson's 6.317.
In Pro Stock, Greg Anderson faced teammate Matt Hartford. Greg with a 7.1 light to Hartford's 0.46, but Greg shook the tyres on the hit and had to watch Matt drive away with the win. A 6.67 with a 2 to Greg's 24-second lap. Oof.
Yeah. Okay, definitely clutchy in neutral.
Yeah, you may as well just reverse at that point.
Pro Stock Pro Stock Motorcycle was an all Suzuki, all Vance and Hines final, with every one of those 5 pounds of weight savings paying off. Gadsden left on Gage with an 018 light to an 033, but Gage had the extra horsepower with a 6.838, beating a 6.883. Gage taking his second win for the season.
The next event of the NHRA calendar was at the Summit Racing Equipment NHRA Nationals from June 25th to the 28th, held at Summit Racing Equipment Motorsport Park in Norwalk, Ohio. In qualifying, Sean Langdon took top spot again in Top Fuel and Austin Prock in Funny Car.
No surprises for who took the lead in Pro Stock, none other than Greg Anderson. And once again, making those 5 pounds count, the Vance and Hines boys held first and second in Pro Stock Motorcycle, with Gage setting the pace.
If it's too late for me to say anyone with a drink in their hand listening to this, drink every time you hear Simon says 5 pounds
5
count.
pounds. I think that, the parody was there, and I don't know why they made the change. I don't know. It's just, anyway.
Well, there were some big upsets at this race. This season's favourite, Sean Langdon, getting taken out by rookie Matty Gordon.
Matty Gordon.
Yay. Greg Anderson in Pro Stock, Juggernaut losing to Kenny Delco in the first round. Delco's 001 light to Anderson's 073, giving him the whole shot win.
He would have been very unhappy with that.
Big time.
Where are we? I completely lost where we were. Okay. But in the most incredible final this season, crowd favourite, racer favourite, sponsor favourite, everyone's favourite, Matty Gordon faced off against Antron Brown. Brown got out in front with an 050 light to Matty's 075, but the Rob Flynn tuned machine powered past Brown. Matty taking her first Top Fuel win of her career, 3.786 to Brown's 3.840.
Yay! In funny car, Ron Capps trying for the double up to join teammate Maddie in the winner's circle. Faced fast Jack Beckman in the finals. Ron had the starting line advantage, but not by much. Ron pulled away for a great drag race, a 3.96 with a 9 to Beckman's 4.01 with a 1. What a great finish for the Ron Capps team, taking out both fuel classes.
And you said that Maddie's dad, before we started recording, won as well.
Yeah, I was trying to find whether I was correct with that. It was a clip going around on social media for Ron Capps saying that he'd been and thought, oh, imagine then if it's, and then
all
once
three.
Maddie was like, oh, here we go. But I wanted to confirm that, and I hadn't seen anything on Ron's or Maddie's. It might have been floating around on NHRA, but
it's so
that
cool
would be really cool
that she's got her first win.
Oh, already,
yeah,
already. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm so happy for it. But we knew it wasn't going to take long, right? I knew that it was.
The thing in modern NHRA Top Fuel racing is there are teams that are just, incredible, like the Coletta team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you've got some of the smartest guys and some of the biggest budgets. Then you've got the Capco Torrance team.
Yeah.
Obviously Force, where they manufacture their own equipment. So, I mean, Flynn's a guru for getting it done,
Yeah.
and obviously she's got to be able to get it to the end of the track too. So.
I suppose we do have to remind ourselves that this is the first Top Fuel dragster in Ron Capps' team.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so when I actually peel it back and think about it like that, I'm like, hang on.
Flynn started with nothing too.
Yeah, right.
It's not like they bought an existing team with crew.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's. I'm probably a little bit tongue-in-cheek in saying that that's what Elite did with Tony Stewart's car.
yeah.
But they did kind of get a bit of a package.
Yeah,
you know
and
what
I
mean?
think that was all said in its press release.
Because leading up to this, I listened to, and I'm sure you did as well, many interviews with Rob Flynn on the Insider.
Yeah.
And he was like, we got a workshop. We're looking for a truck. You know what I mean? So
every little piece of the puzzle to put it together.
Huge effort for those guys. Huge effort.
I think it's just, as I start to really peel it back, I'm like, why am I not so surprised? Or why did I feel like this was going to be happening soon for her? And I think just because, the momentum
because of her success in alcohol. But her dad in alcohol has always been at the top of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think it's really the momentum and the build up behind her stepping into these professional ranks for NHRA. And I love listening to her differentiate the difference between driving the alcohol funny car to the dragster. Like, it is so cool to be able to hear about what feels differently, what you have to be mindful of and looking for and feeling and hearing. It's really cool. So, yeah, I've got a lot of praise and respect for her. I'm very happy for the win.
Flynn reckons that she is better because they've got a box that they can turn the car off from the start line.
Yep.
And he said that she's better at picking up on what the car's doing.
Yeah.
Than like she'll shut it off before he.
And the engine's behind her in this when she's used to it being in front. Like, that's got to be doing something different. I mean, even the sound that the engine's making is going to be a different sound to what. So I don't wear earplugs. I've got my helmet, and I've tried then putting earplugs in and then helmet, and I'm like, oh no, this, I still need to be able to hear a bit. It just changes the tone of everything. You can still hear, just not the same. And I rely on the pitch, and that muffles it. It just makes it sound different, and it's different to what I've been used to. This is going to be so different to what she's been used to.
Oh, yeah.
And for her to be already better than them seeing on their computer data to be able to manually put it on the box for her to be able to
It's incredible.
be hearing that in the car when she's still so new
Yeah.
in the grand scheme
Well,
of it all.
What,
New to that
9
engine.
meetings, 10
Oh,
meetings?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it's
Incredible.
amazing.
With Greg Anderson out in the first round, Pro Stock opened up, and the final saw Aaron Stanfield, the elite racing wonder boy, in a marquee matchup against Total Seals CEO and KB Titan engine lease customer Matt Hartford. In a thrilling race, Stanfield unloaded a 002 against Hartford's 037 and held on for the whole shot win with a 6.626, beating a 6.597. The margin of victory, 23 inches, or about half a metre.
And last but not least, the Vance and Hines Eliminator Pro Stock motorcycle was once again an all Suzuki event. Everyone take a drink.
Cheers.
£5 might not seem like much, but it certainly has had a massive effect with the Suzuki dominating again. Gage went red and handed the win to teammate Richard Gadsden, making his second 75th anniversary Wally.
See, I didn't proofread this properly.
Oh, I'm on again. The next event is the Denso NHRA Sonoma Nationals, presented by Power Edge, July 17th to 19th at Sonoma Raceway. Looking forward to seeing some very fast racing and hoping the NHRA fans get a chance to check out some of Sonoma's world-famous wineries. Would that be the beginning of the Western Swing?
I think you are right.
Yeah, it's it changed in its directions how it used to be, but I think now it would be from Sonoma then up to Seattle, and then what's making up, because of course it used to be Brainerd, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Bandamere,
Yeah.
sorry, not Brainerd. I always get those two
Bandamere.
mixed up.
Yeah, it's almost like there's an eastern swing now, not a western swing.
Yeah, well, because like Ohio is not really enough to be calling that.
Anyway, there's going to be that'll be a fast race, Sonoma.
Yeah. Sonoma's always pretty quick, but then Seattle is as well.
Yeah.
And I think Seattle, they can do the night qualifying now that they've got the lights.
Doesn't that spin you out that some of these tracks have been going for 50 years and don't have any lights?
Yeah. Like not only to think that they run events just during the day when our events are so long. You know, for even at work, they speak about their race rounds and they're like, oh, just it's such a big day, and seeing about how they can work schedule such a big day. And they're talking about racing from 8 a.m. until 4:30. And I'm like, what? I'm like, this is just new to me.
We used to have 3 days of
This
that,
is
remember?
new to me. Yeah, and like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
till, scheduled to finish at 10:30, but more often than not, it's creeping on the curfew. But then the other aspect of it is them not being seen under candlelight, right? Our nitro candles.
Yeah, I know.
It's a different effect during the day.
That's the part that I could never get my head around was like, why would you want to waste that?
Hang on a second, you haven't seen this at nighttime,
Yeah.
Or maybe
Yeah.
they just run it in night and don't.
What was the one that really used to make light of it? Was it that
There was one that was it was a bit of a feature that they did have it at nighttime.
Yeah, I think it's
the pro shootout.
no. I think
One
it's
of the tracks.
because this next track is the guy that used to own the IHRA. It's his, I think he's passed on now, but his kids run it. God, I've forgotten his name now.
Which one? Sonoma.
Oh no, not Sonoma. The one they go after Sonoma, I think.
Well, Seattle.
hang
The
on,
Western
let me-
Swing used to be Bandamere,
What was it?
Bandamere down to Sonoma, then up to
Bill
Seattle.
Batter. The Batter family. Which track does the Batter family own?
Didn't I own Bandamere? No, who owned
No.
Bandamere?
No, because that's still in the family, and they're moving to a new location.
That's the one.
Yeah, they sold it.
I think they were having some limitations with the noise where
Yeah,
they were,
that's crazy that.
for how long it was there, and things kept being built closer. But
Summer
they've got a new
Motorsport
place now.
Park is owned by them.
Which one?
In Norwalk.
Yeah, no. So it was the last round. I think they're one of the ones that do it at night, the night qualifying.
There are a few now.
Isn't there another one they call a Night of Fire or something? Well, let me just check it out.
Bandamere used to have a night of fire, but
Maybe
it was more with the jets.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like a big jet car round.
That must
'Cause
be
I
what
was
I'm getting
fortunate
confused
to
with.
go there with Chuck Haynes and Kurt White.
Did you ever get a drive?
No, I did not. Unfortunately, Chuck had an accident putting on a show for his local racetrack, and he had an accident in Volcano.
Yeah, it is. It is that event. It's called the Cornwall Tools Night Under Fire, and it's at Norwalk.
Oh, okay.
And they do the fireworks at the end like we do.
Okay.
It's just funny that, like that we have been doing that for such a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though they're sort of going away from that now, we're seeing more day events.
Yeah, on the East
Yeah.
Coast particularly. Yeah.
I guess for the
quite wild.
kids, it'd be better, the day events, wouldn't it?
Like the 10 o'clock finish, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the 10 o'clock finish is
Maybe we could just
This-
move that.
if it was like a
7:30.
say traditionally it would be a 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock show for the Group 1.
Yeah.
4, 6, 8.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, I think 7 o'clock's a pretty standard bedtime for majority
Yeah,
of younger kids.
7:30.
Before 7, if they can't make it till 7, then they're having a sleep during the day.
Yeah.
And that means they can definitely last another hour, right?
Yeah.
Like, if they fall asleep and you're trying to keep them awake, and then you got to go and when Luna was in kindy, I used to have to pick Luna up from kindy and then go and get Cleo from daycare, and Luna would fall asleep in that 10-minute drive. I'd be like, don't fall asleep.
Yeah.
That 10-minute sleep adds an extra 2 hours
Oh,
onto
yeah.
your night
At least.
But I think like bringing it forward like that, it would serve us at all.
Maybe they could put a suggestion box at the Motorplex.
Well, we've talked about this.
I think this is
infinitum,
what
but
Wadra
it's
does
hard.
for us. It's hard. It's hard because of the amount of classes that we have now, and that we're running Chicago Shootout means more people. There might not be more entrants in opposed to what we had previously when we ran elimination format throughout all, but there's more rounds of racing in the Chicago Shootout format. And so where can we actually reduce that schedule? We've seen it being extended, and now junior dragsters, they're out at like 9:30, 9 o'clock, and we're still running into a 10:30 scheduled finish. Now, cleanup times, thank goodness our track cleanup processes and solutions have improved.
They're very
because
quick, yeah.
they are so quick.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we still had the cleanup times like what we used to have before this advanced solutions have come into play to allow that cleanup time to be a lot quicker?
Ravenswood, they used to have like a Commodore. Was it a Commodore Ute? They had that VN.
They used to throw the kitty litter.
Yeah,
remember?
they had the kitty litter on the back. Two guys on the tailgate of a VNU.
Yeah.
A VN, and just shaking it out like this.
Yeah.
Then a guy going up with a broom, and it was like an oil down at Ravenswood was like sometimes well over an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You
The,
know?
the worst meetings were the Nitro meetings, the Nitro Funny Car meetings.
Yeah.
Because you kind of, if you were racing, if you're a spectator, you go down there. It's so much has changed with Nitro Funny Car, right? Because if you're a spectator, you'd go down there hoping to just see one run with the candles lit.
Yeah.
And if you're racing, you knew it was going to be a long day, and probably the finals weren't going to get run.
It was hard.
Yeah.
Whereas now, I mean, I've got to hand it to Graham Cowan.
They're so reliable, those
mate,
cars now,
It's
aren't they?
incredible. They just go side by side, running, as quick as they do in America. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Even when they do blow them up, like the nappies and
Yeah.
all that
Yeah.
now, it's all captured, it's all encapsulated.
The
Yeah.
NHRA have got this really cool thing that if you blow up bad, like a bad one, they've got this nappy that goes under the whole funny car and it straps on, and then they drag the car off. Have you seen
So
it?
they
I
don't.
haven't seen
So
that
they
one.
don't
Yeah, it's
roll
cool
it.
as.
So they don't roll it away down.
No.
The rest of the
So
track.
I've seen a couple where they've been really,
interesting.
really bad. Like if you get start line one, that's usually, like Chernobyl. You know what I mean? Like, and they've got this thing. It's the full length of the funny car, and they slide it under, and it like ratchet straps on.
Yeah.
And it stops, and then they cart the car off, and they just clean the
Yeah,
mess in
makes
that area.
sense.
It's a really cool.
I haven't seen that. I'm
Yeah,
gonna look at that.
Yeah.
That's-
Because otherwise, you pull over to the side.
I think it
but they
was.
still got to roll you out.
Was it Wilkerson that had that really, really bad one on the start line?
yeah.
Yeah. If you watch that event,
okay,
you'll see
I
it.
remember.
They drag it out and they strap it under the
Well,
car.
he's got the new tether system, remember, this season, but we haven't been able to see what change it's made. Which I don't know if we should be
Yeah, we don't
like
really
we
want
don't
that.
want.
No,
that.
we don't want to
But
see.
We
We're
don't
still
wanna
wondering
see
what this new tether system
effect
is.
that it has. It'd be
Because-
nice not to see.
Like I don't think it didn't get described what kind of changes were made with it, and so we're like, what's it doing?
They've tried a lot of different things over the years. When Force's daughter was racing, they had the panels that used to blow out
Yeah,
to try and stop the percussion inside.
Yeah.
Because it would be. I can't even begin to imagine what that feels like inside a nitro funny car when the thing goes bang.
Oh,
That must
no.
be
Yeah.
No.
insane.
Yeah. It's bad enough being in a crowd listening to it.
Yeah.
You feel that percussion. Imagine
They,
being in there.
they
Is it weird
generally
that I
are.
kind of want to?
Hey,
Is it strange that I kind of want to?
Oh, no, I don't know if I want to.
It's just it is incredible how bad the explosions are when they're on the start line.
Yeah.
Remember
Oh,
Begley's
yeah.
body just
Oh,
it disappeared,
now I feel bad for
vaporized.
even saying it. Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, I feel like when you're moving more, it has less of a
I think the
effect
crank's
on you.
turning.
Like, but almost still.
If the crankshaft's not turning, you got problems.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Simon, I nearly forgot. You have been the reason for my phone blowing up. Have you got an update for us or what?
No
You
updates.
Don't.
I said, to be honest, I had this discussion with him before
Did
you
ya?
arrived. I said,
Yeah.
mate, you're going to have to say something tonight because we had a lot. Yeah, your phone's
said that
blowing
it
up.
was coming.
I've had a lot of messages as well. So,
Yeah.
no updates at all.
No updates. No updates on the Motorplex either.
What do you mean? We did the Motorplex updates.
No, I
already.
mean I was waiting for some drone footage, but it's
No, I think it's
It's
been
not
sent
come.
home from that now, right?
well, what?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
Oh. I thought yeah.
What Nick?
Whose photo?
Not me.
Whose
Nick's
footage?
holding it.
No.
Oh, no, anything. I don't know anything.
No, I don't think there's any private eyes on them keeping tabs on the Motorplex. They're
No, I believe-
informing us themselves.
I believe it's
So
a
we're-
no-fly zone.
Fair enough. I wouldn't be
Everyone's looking at me.
too happy if anyone flew their drone over my place.
So, no.
So
I
no
reckon.
news.
Listen, I reckon if you owned a drag strip, you'd be plenty happy.
If I owned a drag strip, I'd be wanting people to fly over it with their drone. It's a bit interesting. I'm learning a lot about the rules and regulations around
Drones.
Drones. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty full on.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot that
You're
goes
meant to
into
be
it.
licensed.
Yeah. Yep. And get council permission and approval and yeah, there's a lot.
Michelle, tell us, like you at WA Sporting Car Club.
Yes.
Yes.
I know you got supercars. I know that's not your event, so you
Yeah.
basically vacate the joint for the couple of weeks.
Oh well, we are invited to stay.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
But what else
Yeah.
is happening there?
Yeah, it really is kicking into supercars season, do I say now? But there is still one more round left before they move in and start shaking things up. And so we've got Drift West is on the 18th of July, and I think I'm going to head down to that one because I'm yet to go to a Drift West event. So yeah, I'm going to check that out and see how that's all going. And then round 4 is on that following weekend, which I think lines up to be the 24th.
You've got a round of roll racing in September.
Roll racing. So this is where it comes down to. Roll racing is a private hire event.
Yep.
So I don't keep tracks on that calendar too closely because there is quite a lot that the WA Sporting Car Club does that fills the calendar in itself.
Yep.
But there is really there is something on every weekend and 99% of the time during the week too. It is action packed there every single day.
So, well, what round are you guys up to with the local championship?
Round 4 will be the next one, which
Yep.
is the 24th.
Oh, it's the week.
24th of July.
Oh, wow, that's
sorry,
a week before.
25th. No, sorry, I've gotten that wrong. The 18th of July is the round 4, and it's the 11th of July, which is the Drift West.
Okay, yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that gives it a bit more space.
So, Michelle, question without notice.
You mean that one that you just asked me?
No, I've got another one for you. I've got another question without notice. Yes. You might not be able to confirm. Is it true that we'll be getting a double header? So supercars have scheduled a double header. So when they do kick off on the street circuit, there will also be...
Wasn't that a nice surprise?
So that is confirmed.
It's not confirmed, but supercars are speaking about it, which is very exciting. And of course, Motormore Wanneroo Raceway and the WA Sporting Car Club would welcome it. So we'll just have to see. There's still plenty of things and time until that would be. But yeah, Supercars was speaking directly with Andrew Van Leeuwen from Speed Cafe, and when he released that article, there's things that I hear. But coming directly from Supercars themselves that have done that media release with Andrew, I was very excited to see that they were happy to go public with their thoughts and opinions on that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So this season, the Burswood track won't be finished yet, will it?
No, not intending to be finished until 2028.
Yeah.
So definitely confirmed for Supercars 2026 at Motormore Wanneroo Raceway and 2027 as well. So they are speaking of the potential of a double header in 2028 when the Perth Park Street Circuit opens up, and having a weekend-to-weekend double header.
I won't ask you this because it's a conflict of interest. Do you think they will be able to sell enough tickets for both events? And if not, which one's going to suffer?
That's a very good question, actually. That's a very good question. I think probably this Wanneroo Raceway one would suffer probably the most. The numbers are still okay there, but if you're having a double header, it may suffer. In saying that, it could enhance it as well.
Yeah.
By those that were unable to go the weekend before.
That's what I mean. Which one will they have first? Because I think that's going to be very, that is going to have an effect.
Yeah.
Because if you have the Burswood one first and it sells out, right, then people that miss out on that are likely to go to Wanneroo.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I would go to Wanneroo over Burswood, but I'm not most of the people. I would go to Wanneroo because
I'll be going to both.
It also opens up the opportunity for purchasing packages with the 2 weekends included in that as well. Yeah. So there
you're flying
might be
over,
some going across. Yeah, absolutely.
The only downside that I see is if you have a big bingle, you really need to have a spare chassis with you.
Yeah, but you know what? Well, we've seen the supercar teams go from one race weekend to another, not going home in
New
between
Zealand
and
was
stuff
a
like that.
as well.
I think
and
Perth
that's across
last
another
year.
country, so it's not a huge.
I think there was still a weekend in between Perth and Darwin last year, but they didn't go home, and the cars had to get wrapped for the NAIDOC round, and that was all.
New Zealand this year was a perfect example. They had a double header in New Zealand. So
did they have any big wrecks?
No, they didn't.
They just got told not to do the celebratory burnouts when they win.
Yeah, no, that's true.
They go, the engine.
That was true. Yeah, they got told. They did get.
Well, the other question I have for you then is next year.
Yes.
What's the likely date going to be? Is it going to be July and August again?
Oh, that's definitely not something that's
because I'm
really
not feeling that. I'm not feeling that.
Yeah, look, it's
time of the year.
Nothing that my ears have gotten any hint of, but nothing that's really in our domain either.
It's the wrong
just a track hire
time of the year to do it.
Yeah, well, that's what. So the next round is in July. It's the end of July, and it's a weekend that's split over July and August. And I don't really think that's a great time of the year.
Yeah, probably.
It's never been that time of the year in WA ever.
September.
Last year, I think it was a bit earlier, being May. But yeah, it really is. Supercars are the event organisers, and it is a venue hire agreement for that. So there's nothing that's been said, or there's nothing that's even been whispered for me to catch wind of anything. But it's I'm not sure if it's even started to look like that yet. Who knows? Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I know there were questions about this, so but I just thought I'd ask
it is fine. I'm happy to share more news where I can.
Any events coming up, Nick?
Well, we did have, just want to mention, we had the fundraiser as well. Well done to Johnny and Angela. It raised
Yes.
$14,000.
Fabulous.
Yeah,
That's
good
amazing.
Good job.
Yeah, biggest morning tea. It was a great morning. We had cars parked down the street, around the corner, up another street. Yeah, it was
And
packed
he was
house.
contemplating not doing it this year as well.
Yeah, it was huge,
Yeah.
huge, massive Saturday
That's
morning.
awesome.
So,
It was great weather for it.
yeah, well done to Johnny and Angela. In terms of coming events, the only ones that we just had, we had the latest custom cars and coffee. The boys went. I didn't get to go. I was doing sausage on the weekend, but both boys went on the weekend to custom cars and coffee at Valley Social, right in the heartland of 88.5 FM.
Oh, yeah.
Just down the
Lovely.
road. Yeah, they said it was really great. They had a great Sunday morning. So I don't know. They'll look at probably doing that again sometime soon. But no, that's it for events coming up.
Beautiful. Yep. No, I think we're all coming into a bit of winter hibernation a little bit.
Why do they play footy in winter? Why?
I know you don't get a rest in the year now. You got footy, and then once footy finishes,
Drags.
drags.
Drags,
You'll
yeah.
have converters and gearboxes.
Oh,
Yes.
we're already flat out. As soon as word got out that I had the sling off,
Yeah.
we just got pumped.
Didn't try and keep that under wraps for a bit longer.
No, I'm all right. I just got to keep doing the exercises. I was meant to drop from 2 days a week to one with the physio, and I said, listen, I'm never going to get this, mobility back. So let's go from 2 to 3. So that's what we're doing, 3. And then I can start doing weights now.
Yeah.
I can't believe the things that you take for granted, like scratching your head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would never have thought that I'd get to the point where I couldn't scratch my head anymore. You know what I mean? Just crazy.
I used to have to tie my dad's hair for him when he had his shoulder done. I used to have to brush his hair and tie it up for him.
And you would do a lot of head scratching too.
I do a lot of head scratching. Yep. This is true. This is true.
All right, guys. Well, I think we've come to the end of the show. So thank you very much for listening, subscribing, liking, following along.
Survey. Make sure you do the survey. Everyone.
Love to hear your input. Thanks, boys, and I'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Thank you, Michelle.
See you,
Thanks,
Michelle.
Simon.
See you, Nick.
We'll see you soon.